Hello, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Dana is out for her walk. She's braving the minus whatever 16, 15 that we have this morning.
It's not that bad.
Oh, because your dog is making you.
True. No, I usually wait till this afternoon, but I thought I would
Yeah.
get too many things to do today, so I'll use the walk in the afternoon to try and get my close to 10,000 steps in. And she'll love that better anyway. So,
Yeah. At least, yeah, I'm going to wait until it warms up a little bit, I think. I went out yesterday after a long time of not doing anything, and it was nice to get out. So I'm going to try to get out again today. And
yeah, you went to fielding yesterday, right?
yeah, went to fielding, had a wonderful walk. I did a walking meditation for about 2 hours. Did a little bit of grieving, did a little bit of thinking, did a little bit of not thinking, and just had a really, really good time. It was well deserved. Some nature therapy that was definitely overdue. That's for sure.
Wonderful, wonderful. That's so
Yeah,
good to hear. Yesterday, I unpacked my cross country skis and went cross country skiing.
yeah, I saw
So
that. I'm gonna have to go look for mine too now that it's gonna be a little bit more snowy and a little bit colder out now.
yeah. I did way better than I thought I would. I wasn't, mind you, I only did the loop, right? But that loop does take a 45-minute walk. So doing it
That
cross
loop out
country
beside
skiing,
behind your place there?
yeah, behind our place, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And I did really well. My legs don't hurt too much today. And so I'm like, oh, well, I guess I'm in better shape than I was. I worked up a sweat and perfect. So,
Yeah. That's amazing. Yeah, I think that I'm definitely going to try to see where my skis are and take them out and head out to Knott. And I really love the trails out there. Well, I grew up on those trails. I think we've talked about that before. But yeah, really something to get into that habit of moving our bodies every day is something that I really want to incorporate into more of a healthy routine. I mean, you can eat healthy all the time, but then you have to have that balance between movement and eating healthy and stopping and getting out of your head a little bit with some stress relief. So it's very important to keep that balance. So
it
what do you have on
is.
the agenda for this week?
Let's say consistency. That's on the agenda this week. No,
Nice.
no.
Oh,
I mean,
that's good.
I've been using. You know how time blocking has been one of my major goals this year. And so I have used the screen time option on my iPhone to shut off all of my apps from 8 o'clock on. I have the option to go back in, but I mean, it just shuts everything down. And so that gives me, it turns back on at 7, but my alarm's set for 6:30. So then I spend 30 minutes reading the Bible and praying and going through that kind of stuff. So it's kind of forcing me to do that. Um, Walking twice a day,
Yeah.
and then being consistent. So that's basically it. But this week, I am in the office tomorrow. My office days are normally Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm in the office tomorrow, so if you want to, come and try the Sequex out or have a foot detox and start your detox for the year, or come in for a nutritional appointment or thermography, I am there tomorrow, so it's kind of exciting. If you need it, don't just do it willy nilly.
Yeah,
If you
no,
need
no.
it,
Yeah. And call beforehand and book that
call
time in.
beforehand
Don't
for
stop
sure.
in because
We
we
have
have
to.
to have those guidelines in place for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm excited about that, and I'll probably launch off a few more um, podcasts this week talking about thyroid health. And I think the other really consistent thing that I've been doing is ensuring that I'm taking my supplements.
Yeah.
So, really starting off the morning with that my mineral supplement, my Solenda, and then omegas and stuff like that. Because for me, my eye health and brain health are very important,
Yes.
and anti-inflammatory. And then starting off with that morning elixir, that's really done the amazing. I didn't think it would, but it does.
So your morning elixir, what exactly is that?
So just some nice ozonated water, because my water system has ozone, which is kind of cool.
Nice.
But anyways, just a nice lemon, whole lemon in there. A little bit of Himalayan, about a teaspoon of Himalayan Soleil. Of my Soleil.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I have a hard time when I was trying to do that. More of like a detox situation where you have the lemon and the Soleil, or the salt or whatever that you put in the water. You have to be very careful for those people that have high blood pressure,
Yes.
and the issue is not to just go willy-nilly and go into that. Dana,
No.
obviously, and myself, we know about that kind of stuff, so I don't like it, and I have high blood pressure, so I can't take in that. Even Himalayan salt is not something that you want to take in on a regular basis for that kind of stuff. But just to,
I have a
be very
tendency of
cautious.
I have a tendency of low blood pressure.
Oh, really?
Yes, so I like having it in the morning, and then I have take the time and space out the rest of my pills for the rest of the day, ensuring, because I get so lost in the rabbit hole of research and Google.
Yeah, it's that time blocking again where you have to really give yourself an hour for this or 15 minutes for that or whatever. I know yesterday I spent a lot of the day just in not research but learning it. I have usually one day a week where I like to really just get into learning it. Try not to, like I said, get lost in it during the week. And I ended up watching a very interesting webinar, or not webinar, but a live from the Dalai Lama, which was all about how we can, find more consistency and compassion and kindness as entrepreneurs and leaders in our community going forward. It was very, very interesting. And then I did some work with learning more about garden towers and how they work, and how I can get those into a lot of people's lives, because they're so incredible for bringing that green, healthy living, that living food into your lives, especially in this time of year, but also this time of when food is so very expensive, and the food that we are getting from the grocery stores are very nutrient deficient. So getting some information with regards to that a little bit more, and yeah, so that was what I was doing yesterday, as well as my walk and different things. But yeah, it's going to be really packed week again. They go by so fast. I don't know about everybody else, but
yeah. Well, I'm doing some webinars, some training or some webinars on inflammation, because you know how much I talk about inflammation. And then we're going to be the meeting of the minds will happen, and we're going to brainstorm about our open house we're having next week.
Yes, I'm really excited about that. That's going to be a little tricky, but it's also going to be wonderful to be able to really get the ball rolling.
Yeah, I think so. So I think, even though most of the open house will be virtual at this time, we're not going to let that stop us. But we'll be virtual. You'll get to know each of the practitioners a little bit more that are at the Connected Living and Wellness Center, and a little bit about each of us. And so I'm really excited. And I think that'll really get that month of February just rolling.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Get that ball rolling and keep everybody going, because I know even though the whole resolution situation isn't something that people really buy into anymore, but we do automatically kind of set intentions for ourselves for the new year. And usually about the end of January, beginning of February, mid-February, people are like, they're slacking off on the things that they wanted to do. They're behind the ball.
I think it's
we want to really keep that momentum going for a lot of people.
You go into that February blues,
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
and it's so important to maintain your vitamin C, your vitamin D, and your zinc and stuff like that, just to even stave off that bluesy feeling
Yep.
that you
Yeah,
get.
it's so very important for our mental health. Supplements are good for the physical health, but nobody really talks about the fact that they are so good for mental health as well too. Because when we keep our body healthy and our gut healthy and everything else, that really does boost our mental health as well too. So it's like
Absolutely.
tenfold. It just like this helps, this helps, this helps, and this helps. So it's really, really important. Maybe this is something that we should be talking about in our virtual open house. So yay. Ideas already flowing.
Oh, I'm
Here's
just
your
everything.
vitamin
I'm just like,
authority this
okay,
morning.
exactly. We have to talk about this week. I'm thinking to myself, oh yeah, Wendy, we got to talk about this week. Oh, for sure. But
I'll make myself a note. I'm good for notes. Notes.
yes.
Brainstorm this week.
So my fault. My fault is my problem is I've got to find the notes that I like.
I've been learning to put them on my phone and then just check them off. Like grocery lists are more like that now too. Because then I'm like, because I had a big post the other day about making tons of lists, but then leaving them at home all the time. So I'm learning to make them on my phone, and then I can just check them off. So that's
Yep.
new
No,
things.
absolutely.
But, yeah, that's the way it is.
Absolutely. Well, it's nice to get this cold weather because then people will be more apt to get outside, dress appropriately. When it's at 0, it's hard to dress appropriately, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
0 can be hard on the bones because it's very, very damp. It's hard
Yeah.
on the system. I know cold is not that great either, but at the same time, it's a little bit better because we can buckle up. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
All we need to do is buckle up. Our face is a little chilly, but that's part of living in Northern Ontario. That's what happens.
Oh, exactly. That's what I think. It's like, it's only minus 14. Psh, it's not minus
Yeah,
20.
especially that's so funny. I mean,
It's
you're
not minus.
you're a Southern girl too, which is funny.
Yeah.
I guess you're a
Yeah.
Northern girl now.
I'm a northern girl. Yeah. It's funny. Sorry. It's funny when you see those memes um, about, oh, you're from Northern Ontario when it's like, ooh, it's snowing. It must be warm outside. But
Well, that's exactly it.
oh my gosh, I shared some pretty funny memes this morning. So a little funny ant joke. But the one I loved the best was like the elf, and it was, oh goody, only 3 more shutdowns till Christmas.
Oh, that's kind of like a very
Oh,
ironic joke, unfortunately. It's just like, oh,
I really hope not.
oh, oh, that's satire right there. I really, yeah. But I hope everybody is staying safe and yes, we're laughing about it. Yes, we're doing what we can. But I don't know. When I was out at Southern Park yesterday, I think half the country was there, which is amazing because I know everybody takes to heart this really good opportunity to get outside and do the things or do things that we're allowed to do, and yet still be healthy, and still get in that fresh air, and still get in that exercise that we need, and not letting this get us down. It's a shitty situation, excuse my language, but the thing is, we can't let it beat us. And so we just got to roll with it a little bit and do the best we can. And like I said, I was really, really impressed with how many people I saw out walking the trails. We had a friend of ours out there, Nadine Law, she likes to follow us. She was out there on the trails apparently too. I actually missed her, but
I saw
just goes to
online
show
there was lots of people.
it was really accessible to a lot of people. She has accessibility issues, and it's not something that she hides. So I don't think I'm breaking confidence or anything by saying that. And she was out enjoying the trails as well too. So for people that have a little bit of limitations, don't let it stop you. The trails are amazing, especially at Fielding Park. I can't voice for other places, but I'm pretty sure that a lot of them are very open and accessible to a lot of people. And just even if you go and sit on the bench for a little while and get out and get some fresh air, oh, your cheeks are so red. But yeah, definitely let yourself
Oh,
have
my
the
face
opportunity
is
to
so red.
get out.
Yes.
Yeah. There you go.
It's beautiful, exactly. And I think, no, I think that's so true. And you have to get out. Honestly, we live in the north. You've got to get
Yeah.
out. You have to enjoy. Make the most of it, right? You've got to make the most of it. And I think, for me, and learning that lesson of time blocking and making sure that I'm accomplishing the small things or the big things, or not maybe the big things, but at least I'm making milestones of what I'm accomplishing for the day. I've got to get finishing that book, Outwitting the Devil. I think that's on my agenda today.
Oh, jeepers. Now that you said that, okay, that's on my list because I have to catch up. I didn't watch it. I didn't catch up last week. Are we going 2 chapters each week?
2 chapters each week, yes.
Yeah, so if anybody hasn't been following along, we're in a book club right now that it's reading Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. It's a book that he had written back in either 27 or 35, something like that, but it was only just published in 2011. For whatever reason, you'd have to get into the whole story behind the book, but it's an amazing book, and it's so very vibrant and very appropriate for this time in our lives, especially for people that are entrepreneurs and people that are well, for anybody really. It really does give you an opportunity to dig a little deeper in understanding about our other self and our conscious mind, and I think that when they talk about the devil, I think really he's talking about our ego, basically our ego self that really tries to keep us stagnated a lot of times and keeps us in fear mode, and a lot of us are in fear mode, unfortunately, in this time and day and age. And it's really cool. Get yourself the audio version, get yourself a Kindle version, whatever it is, or even just buy the hard copy if you're old school like me, and read it. It's an amazing read. So I actually have to catch up. I only have a first couple of chapters, but it's really good. So yeah, I'm going to put this down now because I have to do that too. That's my homework. Yeah, so we have that on Wednesday evening, I believe. Yeah. I have my third class for my mindful eating class that's coming up on Wednesday night too, for the people that are joining me for that. And I know there's a few that are not able to join me at that time, and they're catching up on the homework because I give them all the homework and the replays for that program as well too. So I know people are going through that and doing their homework as well. And it's an amazing program so far. And let's see, what else do I have this week? I don't know. This week, I think I'm going to do some really deep, some self-care with regards to getting out, walking, making sure that I get off of this beautiful machine.
Well, that's the thing. Challenge, pick a time like 7 or 8 o'clock or 8 o'clock. And yeah, we do have little Zoom webinars after those things, but challenge yourself to even 5 o'clock in the evening. Yeah. 6 o'clock in the evening, and challenge the rest of your family as well to be offline or off social media the best you can, because we want to set healthy examples. And then the next challenge would be like shutting down for the weekend. So that's what I did on Sunday. I didn't even have my phone with me for most of the day, which is unnerving, right?
It was unnerving for the rest of us because we're like, "Where's Dana? What's going on? Where's she?
Exactly.
Is she okay?" I started panicking.
I have to maybe put a message on there. Okay, I have my downtime.
I think that would be.
I will connect with you again. So
yeah, I think next time you're gonna have to do that. The rest of us.
Yeah, because everyone's panicking. Like, she usually answers right away, but it's that taking that time and setting up boundaries and connecting eye to eye with people and doing that. So yeah, that cross country skiing and sat by the fire, and then I connected when I was doing supper. So I love doing those silly little "what's on your plate" thing. And I think I freaked everybody out with sharpening my knives.
Yeah, I actually totally disconnect. Well, I didn't totally disconnect. I disconnected from the chats and stuff like that, and my emails, and like I was just focusing on the learning and stuff aspect, but I was still on the computer. Actually, I streamed it onto my TV and watched it from bed. But yeah, so I wasn't really following what you were doing, to be honest.
No. Well, I was just
yeah.
I was trying to sharpen my knife so I could cut the fillet skins. Right, I was just cutting them into little fillets, and I tried the steel already, but it doesn't do what it's supposed to do. So I was just sharpening knife to knife, like steel sharpens steel, proverb as well. But the it does a great job. I mean, I could have brought out the teacup and did the same dang thing. So it's just fun. But everyone's like, "Oh, Dana, what are you doing with your knives?" So I thought I'll have to think of something crazy like that again. Maybe I'll toss pizza later. So.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. How many kitchen appliances do you have? Like gadgets? I know this is a big thing. I know your kitchen is pretty much about the same size as mine.
I have a teeny tiny kitchen,
Yeah.
even though I'm married to a cabinet guru. But everyone who knows me will be like, "Yeah, James. Yeah, James. Why doesn't she have a kitchen? Huh? Why?"
Or at least storage.
You just dropping bombs on me like, "Yeah, Dana, how many appliances do you have?" These are all like big touch points for James. Yeah. He's probably like, "Yeah, Dana, how many appliances do you have?" I don't. I have one slow cooker. I have
2.
Instapot.
No.
I have a really big roasting pan. I got a small roasting pan. I do have a skillet, like a pancake skillet. I'm refusing to get rid of. I might just take it to camp. So
Okay. Oh, well, there's the bonus there too. You've got 2 places to put these things. Have you got a bread machine?
It's at camp.
Okay, so you do have a bread machine. Okay, so do you have let's see what else? An air fryer?
No.
No. That's one of the ones that I'm thinking about getting. I don't have an air fryer.
Damn oven.
Yeah, I know. I know. But it's a big thing, and I've been following along in some groups and everything else, and following along these guys on YouTube that are just like, let's see if we can do cinnamon rolls in the air fryer. And I'm thinking, okay, let's see if you can do cinnamon rolls. I'm just like a moth to the flame.
Like, you have a dehydrator though.
Oh, that's the one thing I really should get, but I don't have. But again, I don't have the space. I really want one of those before an air fryer.
And
you can do that in the oven too.
Yes, you can. But I can't justify having the oven on at 125 or 140 for 12 hours.
12 hours, yeah, that's the other thing.
It's probably the exact same electrical output as the air dehydrator. I don't know.
Does anybody know? If you want to comment and let us know if a dehydrator is the same kind of electrical outlet, whatever.
So 2 things that I find that are mandatory in a kitchen, above all 3 things that are mandatory in a kitchen above all else, above all these fancy schmancies, is a really good sharp knife, a mandolin.
Yeah. Right? Yes. Well, if you have a sharp knife, you don't really need a mandolin.
What?
If you have a really sharp knife, you don't need a mandolin.
Oh yeah, you need a mandolin.
You just sharpen.
It's just super. Onions, carrots, everything. You name it. It's super duper quick. You can't. There's no compare. Well, if you're really good with a knife, but I mean, a mandolin, and then my pureer. And
your
whatever that is.
Your handheld one.
My little Moulinex hand blender.
Your hand blender, yeah.
Yeah. Those are the most. I think those are the most important tools in the kitchen.
You know what my favorite one is? Okay, I don't have sharp knives because which I should. I agree with that one.
I'll come sharp.
I need my husband to sharpen them for me on the grinder, and I don't know how to sharpen, so I let the man do it. I'm such a woman. That's bad. But anyways, I know. Shake your head. That's
very valid.
Yeah. What my most favorite appliance is my little chopper. I have a little KitchenAid chopper.
the little
No, no,
that.
little food processor basically is what it is. So this does the little chopping of the vegetables to get them, into soups and stir fries, and not stir fries so much, but just, I don't know. I use that one quite a bit. I don't use my big food processor. The thing is like must be almost about 35 years old. So I really don't use it so much, but I do. Larissa was saying she has a big KitchenAid. So I have a KitchenAid. I got it as a gift one year. Mixer. Don't use it quite as much as I thought I would, but I do like it when I do use it. But the one thing I have been using is my bread maker. And because my husband just likes to have the fresh bread all the time, and it's kind of nice. It doesn't take much of my time. You just throw it all in a pot and turn it on. Larissa is saying that she has an indoor grill. I don't have one of those. She has a slow cooker. I have two of those. The KitchenAid, a griddle. No, I don't have that. I have a Ninja.
Larissa used to have this beautiful sort of clay tandoori roaster. That it was beautiful, and Larissa is just one of those beautiful, blessed women that can pull a luxury dinner out of her butt. Like,
nice.
Literally, she had the most beautiful dinners, and she on the biggest budget ever, and like, she's just amazing at it. I always was envious of that. She could always do the best dinners with the least amount of ingredients. So yeah.
Nice. Some people just have that gift, and probably she doesn't use recipes either. Probably, eh?
So no.
Yeah. Yeah. She also says she is the Keurig and the.
In Texas, it's just about the barbecues. So.
Oh, yeah. Is she in Texas? Larissa's in Texas. Oh, nice barbecues. I guess. Yeah, we barbecue here, but I guess it's nothing compared to what they do down there. Yeah.
Wendy, I could really do you a big favor.
What?
I could come sharpen your knives, and then I can, if you don't use your hand blender, your KitchenAid blender, I'll certainly take that off your hands. Not a problem. That's what friends do for friends.
I love it. Yeah. I'll have to think about that, but thanks. I have to admit, Larissa was just saying she has a Ninja. I also had a Ninja that was given to me a few years ago, because apparently, what is that big one called?
Blendtec. There's the Blendtec, and then there's the
the big one,
the bigger one.
The one that's in like every nutritionist's dreams.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever.
I can't remember. Anyways, I can't afford that one. So I got the Ninja instead, and it actually seized up the smoothie end of it. So I have to use the big bucket one for that at this point. So I don't know. I might have to go and Vitamix. That's it. Larissa says Vitamix. That's the end all and be all for any kind of cook and nutritionist out there. But yeah, I would like to get a Vitamix. That's one of the ones I want to get.
I broke down and bought a NutriBullet. Right, I think I had gone through about 4 bullets, and I do have a blender, but again, the regular blenders they do great, but I have a hand puree, right? So I don't blender very often. That's another appliance, blender.
Yeah, blender, yeah, for sure.
I hardly ever use it, but the NutriBullet I use every day, twice a day, 3 times a day.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because your smoothies and different things, right? Yeah. I used to have a hand blender, a really, really good one. And again, it was one of those things that I just used till it just died. And it was falling apart, the plastic and everything. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess I better get rid of it. It was probably about 30 years old. And I haven't got one back since. And of course, when birthdays and Christmas come up and they say, well, what do you want? And I was like, I never think about it at the time. So I haven't replaced it yet. But that's definitely on my list for one of those things that I use quite a bit. But it's weird how we get used to having all these appliances in the kitchen. I do use my slow cooker quite a bit. I use it to make my jagga teas, and the odd time if I'm really running behind to make like a vegetable stew or something like that. I do like my slow cookers for sure. But a lot of different appliances, and if you've got the room, why not? But I don't have any more room. I've got things that I don't use, and things here and there, things there, but you've got 2 places you can put things. So keep your summer stuff over in one place and your winter stuff in the other place.
Well, you
Which
know,
is
when you're, I don't regret leaving my bread maker at the cottage because I really don't need bread. I've been really good. I've actually really noticed. I mean, I haven't lost a few. I mean, just a few pounds, not major pounds, but just cutting out bread or cutting out that gluten aspect of things.
gluten, yeah.
And this mama don't need fresh loaf of bread with butter. Mm-hmm.
No, but Larissa says, RV living. I'm learning to cook with cast iron out on the grill. Oh, I love my cast iron.
Yeah.
Wasn't it you that you were talking about the other day? You wanted to get a Dutch oven, cast iron Dutch oven?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice. I do love my cast iron, and actually there's a really good bonus with cast iron. First of all, if you season it and everything else, you don't have to clean it. And second of all, you actually get a little bit of iron from the cast iron, which is amazing as opposed to all these Teflon and aluminum pots that we grew up with and all these different things. So it's a really, really amazing piece of piece of equipment that we should have in our kitchens, which is really great.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I
What was
iron frying pans, but
that?
I will a cast iron Dutch oven. I think, and maybe probably one for the cottage as well with a tripod to put over the fire. Because if anyone knows my husband, he is a pyromaniac. So I mean, to put out a pot of chili and whatever, like so amazing. So
Like a big cauldron, basically.
yeah.
You need, over the fire. Yeah, I actually started using my cast iron pan and making pizza really, really quickly, and just taking like the dough that I make in my bread oven, and then just put it. It's a deep dish pizza, and throw it in. Nice hot cast iron, and it's really good. Nice quick way of doing it. So yeah. Lots of really incredible things that we can do if we just, start using the stuff. A lot of things we don't use so much, but
as long as you're planning ahead, and that's what I've found to be successful.
I know our Keurig, Larissa mentioned Keurig, so my Keurig actually died about 2 weeks ago, and my husband's been living off of instant tea. I usually use what do you call it, a French press, anyways, with my coffee. And we've been living fine without it. Like before we ever had all these amazing things, we did okay. Like he really wants to go get another one, but I'm thinking, well, that's $100 that's going to be wasted. But I mean, if you want another one just to make some hot water,
I'll go buy it.
We do have a kettle.
You could just find the Whirlpool water cooler. Well, we like the water cooler because our water is well water. Is absolutely delicious. But that instant hot water aspect of things.
Well water? Oh, lucky. I miss my well water.
I have well water. Anyways, it has the hot water instant. So I might just go buy another one for the cottage. But you can buy them with the Keurig attachment.
Oh, really?
Cool.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
We used to have a water cooler here.
You do have a water cooler?
We used to have one, and I would get like spring water from the grocery store in the big jugs all the time. But it actually it broke, and then it spilled water all over our new floors. And my husband was like, "Never again, the floors." So I was like, "Okay, I can't have another one." But I do love it. I mean, I think we should get one for the office, to be honest with you.
Well, that's what I was thinking. We said that the other day too, because then it's instant hot water. It has cold water. So, and then we can just use my well water.
Oh, yeah. Can we get big jugs of your well water?
Yeah. Yes, but I wanted to say that I love percolated coffee. So I might, when I go find the coffee that you can actually percolate. I mean, I can do this, but I think it'd be too strong. I love percolated coffee. My grandma and grandpa, that's how they made their coffee. It's such so warm and fuzzy to have coffee how they used to make it. And we used to have it, I think up until I think a year ago, and James was just like, just go buy a coffee, we can time, right? Yeah. So maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll start doing, stop scratching. Go do a percolated coffee.
Nice. Okay, so we'll cut it off there. We're getting into past the half hour mark, and we're trying to really keep this a little bit short for everybody, so you don't get sick and tired of us. But let us know what appliances you guys have, because I'm really kind of interested. And let us know actually what you're going to be doing this week to keep your health journey going, whether it be get rid of maybe or try to get rid of one bad habit, or incorporating one new habit into your life. That would be really, really amazing to hear from you guys and see where you guys are at. Dana and I were really trying to work on our time management and getting out and getting some more movement into our lives, and really giving those time some self-care as well too. So if you are interested in coming in and seeing us again, DM us or give us a call or send us a message to set up an appointment, because it's very, very important that we don't have too many people or anybody actually coming into the office without an appointment, so we can make sure that we are cleaning and keeping things clean for you guys, and so everybody is well protected in between our clients. So we will see you guys tomorrow. And just let us know. If you have any questions, reach out.
Yep. Be sure that you like each of our pages. So mine is The Wise Divine Woman on Facebook, and Wendy's is Natural Solutions. And make sure you tag that you watch, what is it? Holistic, what did you say?
Nutritional Solutions.
Nutritional Solutions. I always get it wrong. But make sure you tags for when we're live.
Yeah.
Always try and get on about what's for supper as I'm prepping supper, because I think it's funny. I think it's funny to jump online. James despises it, but it's and then it's watch for our new our open house coming up.
Yes. Yeah. We're gonna brainstorm about that this week with our friends at Connected Living, and yay. Okay, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.